For decades, the story of space was a duel between the United States and the Soviet Union, a race that gave us Sputnik, Gagarin, and the moon landing. This was the space race, a defining saga with a clear beginning and end. But the universe always has another chapter. Today, the cosmos calls again. But the players and the rules have changed. The old Cold War rivalry is gone, replaced by a dynamic contest between a bold private company and a rising superpower. On one side, a Silicon Valley startup led by a tech billionaire. On the other, a nation with a centuries-long vision, methodically building its path to the stars. This isn't just a sequel, it's a new saga. Now, the race is about who will shape humanity's future in space. Private enterprise or national ambition? Will space be a domain of profit and colonization, or guided by state planning and cooperation? The outcome will define whether our future is scattered outposts or coordinated endeavors. And at the center is NASA, the original champion, now navigating a landscape where it's partner, customer, and competitor all at once. NASA must leverage new players while striving to maintain its own leadership. This is the great cosmic shift, a twist in the story few saw coming. The new space race has begun, and its stakes are higher than ever. Enter SpaceX and its relentless leader, Elon Musk. Musk saw the aerospace industry as stagnant, rockets used once, then discarded. His vision: make space affordable and accessible, not just for governments, but for everyone. SpaceX's Falcon 1 and Dragon capsule shattered expectations, proving private companies could do what only nations once could. Their philosophy: build, fly, fail, learn, embracing rapid iteration and risk. Explosions aren't disasters, they're learning opportunities. Musk's ultimate goal isn't just reusable rockets or satellite internet, it's a self-sustaining city on Mars. The Starship, SpaceX's colossal vehicle, is the arc for this vision. This audacious quest gives SpaceX a singular purpose, inspiring some and unnerving others. SpaceX is changing the very nature of human existence, one explosive test flight at a time. The company's drive is reshaping the space industry, and it's only just getting started. SpaceX's greatest innovation? True rocket reusability. Unlike NASA's complex, costly space shuttle, SpaceX perfected propulsive landing, rockets that return and land upright. The first Falcon 9 booster landing was a watershed moment, turning science fiction into reality. Suddenly, rockets could be reused, slashing launch costs and opening space to new customers. SpaceX now launches at a pace unmatched by any nation or company, deploying the Starlink constellation and refining their process with every flight. Starship, their next-gen vehicle, aims for full, rapid reusability, both booster and upper stage. If Falcon 9 was a revolution, Starship is set to upend old space economics entirely. The goal: make launching to orbit so cheap that building a city on Mars becomes possible. This technology positions SpaceX as a force capable of changing humanity's future in space. The era of disposable rockets is ending. The future belongs to those who can fly, land, and fly again. While SpaceX made headlines, China's space program advanced with quiet determination. The China National Space Administration follows a long-term, state-directed vision, immune to political swings. China methodically built its own launch capabilities, sent taikonauts to orbit, and created the Beidou navigation system. Each step was a building block for the next. In the last decade, China's ambitions accelerated, especially in lunar exploration. The Chang'e missions landed on the moon's far side and returned samples, achieving feats no other nation had managed in decades. These missions aren't just for prestige, they're steps toward a permanent presence on the moon. China is planning to stay, not just visit. Their approach is methodical, strategic, and increasingly successful. The Red Dragon is now a major force in space. China's Tiangong space station, Palace in the Sky, is a symbol of its rising power. Excluded from the International Space Station, China built its own, launching modules and crews with impressive speed. Tiangong is now a permanently crewed national laboratory in orbit, independent of any other nation. As the ISS nears retirement, Tiangong may soon be the only space station in orbit, giving China a unique platform for science and diplomacy. China is inviting international partners to collaborate aboard Tiangong, offering new pathways to orbit. This move builds influence and positions China as a leader in space science and diplomacy. The palace in the sky is more than a lab, it's a tool of soft power. It projects China's technological prowess to the world, and it's reshaping the geopolitical landscape above. NASA, once the undisputed leader, now faces a transformed landscape. The rise of SpaceX and China has forced NASA to adapt, balancing tradition with innovation. NASA pivoted to become an anchor customer, fostering a commercial space industry through programs like Commercial Crew and Cargo. Now, NASA buys rides to orbit from companies like SpaceX, freeing itself from routine transport. But NASA still tackles the most ambitious missions, like Artemis, aiming to return humans to the moon. The Artemis program, with its SLS rocket and Orion capsule, has faced delays and high costs, highlighting the contrast with SpaceX's rapid, cost-effective approach. NASA must balance its role as a catalyst for innovation with its mandate to push exploration's frontiers. It's trying to be both a nimble customer and a grand architect. The agency's challenge: stay relevant and visionary in a new era. NASA's future depends on how well it can adapt. The stakes have never been higher. The Artemis program reveals NASA's new reality. It's now a general contractor, not the sole proprietor of space exploration. Artemis depends on a web of commercial and international partnerships, with SpaceX's Starship selected as the lunar lander. After launching on NASA's rocket and traveling in NASA's capsule, astronauts will transfer to a SpaceX vehicle for the final descent to the moon. SpaceX's proposal was billions cheaper and far more capable than its rivals. NASA recognized it couldn't afford to go it alone. This partnership is one of necessity. NASA needs SpaceX's innovation, and SpaceX gains a prestigious contract. It's a new model. NASA provides vision and funding. Commercial partners provide disruptive technology and efficiency. The combination is powerful, but fragile, dependent on trust and shared goals. This is the future of American space exploration. Collaboration is now the key to reaching the moon and beyond. The new space race is more than science. It's a geopolitical contest for the ultimate high ground. Space technologies shape national security, economic power, and global influence. China's space program is central to its national strategy, ensuring autonomy and projecting power. SpaceX, meanwhile, gives the U.S. unmatched launch capability and strategic assets like Starlink, vital in conflict zones. The world faces a choice: align with America's dynamic private sector or China's state-led model. Nations like Russia, Europe, India, and the UAE must navigate this new bipolarity. The alliances formed in space will echo on Earth. The chessboard above is set, and every move matters. The outcome will shape the century. As we stand on the shores of the cosmic ocean, the tides are shifting. The future of humanity in space is a three-way dance: government, private enterprise, and rising nations. This isn't a zero-sum game. The universe is vast enough for many dreams. Competition between SpaceX and China is driving innovation and could spark a new golden age of exploration. NASA's role is evolving, not playing every instrument, but composing the symphony. By setting ambitious goals and fostering collaboration, NASA can guide humanity's expansion into the solar system. The story of space is the story of us, our ambitions, conflicts, and hopes. Whether our future is corporate colonies, national outposts, or international communities depends on choices we make now. The new space race is underway, and it's pulling us all toward a future among the stars.